Hello and welcome everyone to this week's COT review. I'm Thomas from COTbase.com, and today we're going to be analyzing the fifth Commitments of Traders report of 2020, and as we always do, we shall start the analysis by looking at large changes in commercials positions. Now here we have heating oil on top of our list with a 42% change in commercials positions, huge change size, being possibly the largest in the last 52 weeks. Coming after a steep decline since early January. And that is definitely very, very bullish. And we may expect the market to rebound. We'll see what happens next week. And if we move on to the 5 years chart, you can see that not only do we have a bullish COT change signal, but the COT extreme seems to be very bullish as well. And of course, that doesn't mean that we can't see even greater stress levels coming in the next couple of weeks, but it is definitely, if in comparison to the past 5 years, much closer to bullish extreme levels. So all in all, I think from the COT report's perspective, we may be expecting sort of a bottom coming in the next couple of weeks, month ahead of us in heating oil. Energy complex, that's something that we're going to jump over, but Palladium is the next market for the review. 34% change in commercials positions, 38 in large speculators. Bullish COT change signals, of course, suggesting this rally will easily continue on next week. It seems to be the case. And if you look at the 5 year chart in the COT extreme, that doesn't seem to be showing any signs of negative move from traders. So basically the extreme is actually getting closer to bullish extreme levels. So from the COT report's perspective, I think there's a huge warning out there that even though one might be very excited to go short here in Palladium, maybe not now. We'll see about that. Gasoline is the next market with a 30% change in commercials positions. On the 1 year chart, you can see it over here. Bullish COT change signal coming after a weak Thursday and Friday. And if we move on to the 5 years chart, you may see that we are actually, with the sudden change in traders' positions, moving away from a bearish COT extreme. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that we are at the end of this stress buildup in traders' positions. And the bearish extreme suggests that we may see some further weakness coming in the gasoline market. So there's some, in case of gasoline, we have opposite signals, a bullish COT change signal and a more bearish COT extreme signal. Moving on to large speculators COT extreme, we've got the Mexican peso on top of our list with a all-time COT extreme in large speculators. An all-time COT extreme is present in commercials as well. You can see that on the charts over here. And of course, this suggests that we should be expecting a move downwards in the Mexican peso against the US dollar. We wouldn't be surprised if this continues on for a couple more weeks before this actually happens. But it's an all-time COT extreme, so never in the COT history of the Mexican peso have we had such an extreme positioning in traders' net positions. So that's something that we should definitely keep in our mind. The next market, another metal, platinum, with an all-time COT extreme in large speculators. Bearish COT extreme, of course, suggesting weaker prices coming. That's definitely showing us the fact that platinum is much weaker than palladium. Very interesting pictures here, different COT reports on these markets. And last but not least, another metal, which is gold. Again, all-time COT extreme in large speculators. A bearish COT extreme signal, of course, suggesting that although we have been witnessing this rally for quite some time now, we may be expecting this to end, and we would see a bit of a reaction from the market to this COT extreme signal. Who knows? This, of course, if it continues on for another few more weeks, month, then I wouldn't be surprised at all. And in that case, of course, we would be seeing much higher prices coming. It's just, it's a warning to be, understanding the market that large speculators have never in the COT history of gold held so much contracts net long. So, that's significant. So anyways, that was the last market for the review. Of course, these COT reviews that I do not necessarily show all that is to know about the COT report. You can definitely dig much deeper into. Of course, you can look at other COT, other markets as well, and of course analyze other COT report types, other data types, other data sets. By the way, we are always analyzing the net positions, but there's a lot other data sets to analyze as well. You can look at a more in-depth and detailed COT analysis by looking at multiple report changes, other COT extreme analysis like the COT index and the move index. I think the long-term trend indicator is something that one might want to understand and use in his analysis of the COT report. And of course, there's the volume and open interest analysis as well. So there's a lot to do here at COT Base, and I hope you will give it a try. Thank you very much for your attention. I appreciate you being with me this week, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Take care. Goodbye.